my name is Jamal, and today we're at Iman's studio getting ready to interview Iman.
Yo, wait, hold up. Wait, how the hell did y'all get in here though? Like, son.
We're here for the interview.
Yeah, I get that, but how did you get in here?
The door was open.
Tune in for the interview, y'all.
Yes, baby, it's your girl DJ Steph Cakes, tu bicochito favorito. You know I'm bringing that heat. This is that new single Norteast by my guy Iman. Talk your shit, yes sir.
I pray just to see the day when my rhymes will be changing lives on the brink of just pressing play. In the times when we idolize all the folk that's in disarray, inflicting my pain in different ways just to keep you sane, but my soul has been taking blame.
We talked about doing this when we did the podcast.
Yes. The Zoom one that we did that time during COVID.
Yeah, which was good.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's always better to do because you get that vibe. You can bounce off people a little bit better.
100%. I agree.
So I appreciate you sitting down. And
yeah, man. Thank you for even coming through. Y'all in the headquarters of where everything happens. We're not gonna disclose this area, but it's definitely where everything happens.
Start off by asking you because you're fresh off of coming back from the South by Southwest.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you about how you got invited and what that experience was like.
Okay, so the way that happened was so it's actually a long story. I'll try to make it quick. But so in 2018, 2017, I got selected to go to A3C Festival in Atlanta for the first time. And from there, I performed in front of nobody, literally nobody whatsoever. And I was very embarrassed and all that type of stuff. But then literally that next day, I saw the Swisher Sweets put out something for A3C artists that said, yo, if you could win X amount of dollars and, just sign up. So I was like, well, I got to lose, man. Everything already going downhill, so let me just go for it, right? And I ended up winning. So they kept tabs with me for a year. And then in 2018, I got an email saying, do you want to be a part of the Swisher Sweets Artist Project of 2018? So they flew Rondon and I out to LA. And, that's where I met. Crazy enough, I met Mike Dean and Don Tolliver at that time. But that was before people knew who Don Tolliver was. I didn't know who Don Tolliver was at the time. But he was a part of the Artist Project with me.
That's fire.
So, so from there, I did a show with in Philadelphia with opening up for Machine Gun Kelly. Then I did another show with them in New Orleans. In New Orleans, I met this artist named Jay Soldier. He's from Austin, Texas. So what he did was he leveraged the Swisher Sweets opportunity and got himself his own South by show, utilizing that, and which is very smart. So then I've been trying to get on South by for a very long time, and I just got denied so many years. And this is why it's important to know people. Literally, I was praying the top of this year because I was like, yo, if I'm coming back after COVID, I ain't going away for a couple years, and I'm gonna come back strong and all that stuff. So then it's like I got a very great relationship with God, so it's like that moment I was just like, I don't know what hit me, but it was like, yo, call Soldier real quick. I called Soldier. I'm like, yo, bro, you still doing that South by show? He was like, yeah, man. You want to come out, tell your story? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's exactly how that happened, and that's why you can see where it led up to all of that. I met him in New Orleans, kept a relationship with him for 5 years later, and then we just, still, keeping it cool.
When I point the mic at y'all, I just need y'all to say, I'll try that out real quick. One more time. Alright, cool. So look, paint the vivid picture on my image, you can feel it. Never gave a fuck about the gimmick, this is living. Worry about the world and what they offers, but I'm chilling. Now I got the world in my hands. Look at that. Drop that shit. Yeah, paint the vivid picture on my image, you can feel it.
What was that experience like compared to like doing the shows that you've done before?
Honestly, it's been dope because I think my favorite thing is performing outside of New York, because don't get me wrong, I'm 100% blessed to be able to do some of the things I did, but it's about performing in front of people who may not even know who you are and trying to win them over. So in South by, I did 2 shows. One of them, I performed in front of like 40 people, 40, 50 people. And there was like this little group that was like kind of like disrespecting me in a way. And those are my favorite, right? So like, cause I'll just go in the crowd and cause I'll just show you that I'm like, you're not intimidating me, bro. Like I'm I just ended up rapping in their face the entire time. And then it got to the point that they just start dapping me up at the end of it. It's just like, damn, like, cause bro, I've been doing this for years already. So, and then the other show I did, which was Soldier's show, what was it? The headliner ended up not showing up, so I had to go last. And it's crazy. It was during the time where Rolling Loud was happening down the street. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, who's gonna come here for this? Yeah. Bro, I performed in front of 12 people at South by, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that was the greatest thing ever. And one of my people that was with me was like, yo, bro, there's not many people here and stuff. But the crazy thing is just those 12 people that were there could have been anywhere else during South by, and they were just with me. There was hundreds of shows going on at the same time, especially Don Toliver performing down the street at Rolling Loud. Yeah. So they were there with me, and bro, they ended up all following me. They all were interactive with me and all that stuff. And it was more than 12 people, but it was like, I say 12 because it was 12 that was actually paying attention towards to what I was doing. The others are drinking and all that stuff. So those 12 people that were there, they were rocking with me heavy. And now I look at it always like this. Those 12 people, now they're in tune with what I'm doing and stuff like that. Next time I go to Austin, that turns into 24 people. You get what I'm saying? Because they tell their friends, and it's like, oh, let's go. Then it gets bigger, then it gets bigger, then it gets bigger. Right? So that's just how I look at it. And a lot of people don't really look at it. They just get discouraged and stuff. But those are the moments where you really capture people. Exactly. Russ was talking about that the other day. I mean, in an interview that I saw recently. And actually, it wasn't even Russ. Who was it? It was somebody. Anyway, point is, there was somebody in the audience who was wearing a blue shirt that was at his show from years ago. Then years later, he pulled up again.
I know you're talking about. That was Jack Harlow.
But I just realized that this man in the UK hoodie is right there. And he's got the merch for the show. Make some noise for my man right there. I love you, man. Thank you so much for sticking with me.
That exact experience. And I seen the photo, and it's like 5 people in the audience, bro. And later on, you see that, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's how you build fan bases. That's how you, like, and people, you got to perform like that's the greatest moment ever.
Exactly. That's what they always say, that you have to, when you're doing this, even if you're only getting a couple of views or whatever, you got to act like you're doing it in front of the big screen.
For sure.
People go back. Like, think about the people, like, when you think about, like, let's say like a Kendrick or J. Cole, people think that they're the biggest artists now and that their music is so different. But if people are going back and realizing like, hey, like this, they were making amazing music before.
Yeah.
So like it just goes to that example.
Bro, that stuff is so important, and like I think a lot of us take it for granted, and a lot of us wanted to make it seem like we're bigger than what we are. Yeah. Like, bro, I could sell out a 400-person venue in New York. I can't do that in Texas. Yeah. I can't do that in New Orleans or anything like that. So I just take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to me, and I start building from there. So then it could be that, oh, maybe he could do a 90-person venue right now. That's still a lot because that's another city. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So that stuff is important to me.
Had taken some time away for some moves that I had to make. I'm balancing year 6 and I can't wait to graduate. Been feeling so out of place and my mental can't concentrate on the bigger goals. I'm used to being strong for the 2 of us, but I'm switching roles.
Because I truthfully do listen to your music all the time.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think I've sent you some like the replay thing.
Oh yeah,
whatever year that was. And I'll show you that your name is always on there.
Appreciate
for
that,
my
man.
playlist at least. And something I want to say is that something that I think that stands out with you is how like personable you are in your music.
Yeah.
When you talk about like your actual life and stuff that's going on, and it's able to have some people relate. So have you seen that has been a thing that people have shared with you and shared why they relate to you so much?
Yeah, honestly. So I had this conversation recently actually too. So it's like I was actually here with DJ Steph Cakes, and we was talking about how it's easy for me to make records like The League, Minimum Wage, Why You Mad, Pay For It. Like, those are easy. I know what they're gonna do immediately when I make them.
Yeah.
But they're just fun. I like to make fun records at times. The records that stick with people the most, and yes, those become my biggest records because of the fact that people like that type of stuff. But the records that stick with people, like that are fan favorites and stuff, are the ones like Open Letter or like The World in My Hands, the Overdue, like self-control. Yeah, like it's like, bro, like those are my favorite records to make because it sticks with people. Yeah. And the thing that I realize whenever I do shows is that people love those specific ones so much because it's just like a personal experience. And I just really, really enjoy making those type of like records. Like, those are my favorite ones. You gotta, bro, the new ones, I'll show you after this. Bro, I just take it to another layer type thing, and it's just like I see how many people can relate to these experiences and stuff, and that's always been my goal. I always wanted to be what like the Coles, the Cuddies, the Yays, all that stuff were to me. So I always wanted to be that for somebody else.
Those hold onto that's how you build that audience, like you were saying.
Yeah, for sure.
You were saying like people, like one person coming and then they listen to those songs. So maybe they might not know who you are, and then they find out and they listen to a song like that and it hits something. Like that's how it feels for me. Like, I'm listening to some of the stuff that you were saying, which I have a question that's like follow up to that. But like it hits a chord and it makes you think like, damn, I can relate to this, so I'm gonna just keep coming back to it and keep coming back to
100%. That's like I said, that's super important to me because, not everybody's gonna relate to what you say. Not everybody's gonna understand that, but it's your job to just make sure that you be as honest as possible to those that could relate to you. And people could tell when you faking something immediately, bro. So it's just like, just be as honest as possible. There's only one you.
Soon as I went quiet, I seen y'all switching up. Never question why, not for lullabies or the pick-me-ups. Took a lot of time to make amends with all my fears and all my goals. While I'm praying every night, this life don't eat me up.
Being that I asked about being like personable. Something that I wanted to ask is you talking about stepping away and having to separate yourself from not only like social media, because you did take a point where you step away from socials, but like stepping away from people and relationships that you had.
Yeah.
How do you want, not going to get like into personal those situations, but how important were those for you?
It was super important because I think there's a lot of times where people need to reflect on things. Listen, when I started all the way up until 2019, I was just like on a complete tunnel vision that I just didn't think about anything else. It was just work. And there's been beautiful things to come from that. You feel me? Yeah. But my girlfriend and I went to Disney World for our first time in 2019.
Which I want to say congratulations. You have posted that you guys been together for.
Hey man, appreciate that. Yeah, man. I'm blessed. So we went 2019 for the first time, and then I was like, yo, what? I was detached from reality, and it was like the coolest thing ever. And now going forward, it's like my favorite place to be at, just because I'm not thinking about everything else. I'm thinking about just having fun and being in this experience. So it was important to learn how to balance work and just enjoy life. Yeah. Because I was living life, but I wasn't really enjoying things. I would just, like, bro, I'll sell out SOBs, right? And then it's like, all right, I'm thinking already on to the next thing, instead of just really sitting there and being like, yo, this was something that I would write down. Like, I wanted to do this. Yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, we did this, cool, let's go, next one, type of thing. But it's like, nah, bro, this is a big deal. That's not supposed to happen for people like me. Like, this is too early. But it wasn't too early. So I just learned how to enjoy things more and just really appreciate the people that are around me, remove any excess fat. I think I said that right, excess fat, whatever. Like, so remove any people that I didn't feel like were helpful to my life. and just took up space. And, you know, during COVID, it was a lot of self-reflecting and all that stuff. And I had to learn how to just balance the two and put out work in a different way, because I thrived off of shows. That was the biggest thing for me. So I don't know, it was just a learning experience for myself, and I just wanted to be the best person that I can be. And I don't want to take breaks again, in a sense of like from social media, from dropping music, all that type of stuff, because it's like, bro, momentum is a real thing.
Yeah, like say like consistency thing is huge right now, especially with like you're a person that drops a lot of like videos and stuff like that. So those like TikToks and Reels, they're big, like key right now.
Man, it's just like you gotta continuously put out as much work as possible and just do the most that you can. That's the biggest thing that I thrive off of. I'm like, if I remember there was a time we did a show in downtown, and somebody from out here, I don't even know his name or anything like that, but I've seen him around. He comes up to me and he insulted me and complimented me at the same time. It was weird. He says,
it's like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
almost.
he was like, yo, you not the most talented, but you damn sure are the most consistent, and I respect that. I was like, cool, bro. Like, but it's like, it was funny to me, because I know there's a lot of people, you know, and this is why I say you need to try to expand as much as possible. I do know there's a lot of people out here that personally do not support me because they need to show that there's like a loyalty thing, I guess, which I think is corny as hell. But there's like a loyalty thing of like, I'm with this person.
Yeah.
If it's not this person, I don't want to see. Like, bro, there's room for literally everybody in this thing. You just got to do the work. And that was always my biggest thing. I'm going to just be consistent as possible. I'm going to outwork everybody. I'm going to make sure that it's like, listen, you going to remember this name. And the work has shown for it. You feel me? So it's like, that's why I mean that like momentum is everything. And just being consistent, that's how you see things happen. That's how you continuously take things to another level. A lot of people, I was always known as that person that I'm going to do the things that nobody else wants to do. Yeah. Whenever I had a show, I wouldn't even let people buy tickets online, because I would tell the venue, yo, give me as much personal tickets that you could possibly give me.
So you can
I could give them out to people and be like, yo, I want you to understand that this means a lot for you to be here to me. And like, nobody wants to do that.
Nobody wants to
I was driving to Connecticut. I was driving to freaking Pennsylvania, Jersey, all that type of stuff to literally drop tickets off to people of like, yo, this means everything to me. So that's like, it's just about doing the work that nobody else wants to do, for real.
Yeah, and people remember those stories. They definitely do, because when you're at that level and then people are seeing you on TV and they're like, I remember that connection that I had with him. He came and sold me the tickets in person. Yeah, so
that's important to me, man. A lot of people don't appreciate the fact that there's really people out here spending money on you, bro. They could be spending their money on anything else, but they're really spending their money on your brand and all that stuff. So why not be, you know, the best person that you could possibly be? Why not put the best show that you could possibly put? Why not put the best stuff that you can possibly put out? And it's like, it may not be the best to other people, but you got to give it your 100% all at that specific moment. So that's just how I see things.
Since the last time that we did like the sit down or was the podcast, you've put out a couple almost like Lucy's. I mean, you put the collection together for your
Off of Phases,
yeah. And then you put like was this that 2-song?
Oh, when I was doing like the two song EPs and stuff like that.
You
Yeah.
want to talk about those?
Okay, so that was just another way of being consistent. But it's funny because that year that I started it, I wasn't expecting, like, I knew the league was gonna be big. I didn't know it was gonna be my biggest song I've ever dropped. And it's funny because I told Prada before, when I had the song, I had Nova's Interlude already, and we'll get to that song. But Prada, I started the league, and I was like, hold up. We were working on Big Prada's, the Big Prada project during this time. So I said, yo, stop everything you're doing. I have this song. I don't care if you like it. I don't care what you think about it, anything like that. Listen, just outshine me on the song, because this is going to work, and this is going to be the biggest song you've ever been a part of. That's exactly what I told her. She was like, but wait, I'm like, yo, just listen to the record. I don't care if you like it. Yeah. Just body me on the song. That's all I want you to do. Yeah. She's like, all right, bet. So she listens to the song. She's like, this is crazy. All this stuff. And she literally bodied me on the song. But it's like, it's exactly how I wanted it to pan out.
They pump fake, you know they infiltrate and then they getting exposed. I'm just elevating every face where I be giving them hope. I try not to boast. Small circle and we all working cause the industry cold. But they don't want smoke. Might fuck around and get poked. Follow but can't get too close.
So it's just like, I love those type of moments because it's like, you want to help out the people that you know that you're around and all that stuff. And I was so happy for her. Because so many new people knew who Prada was, and then we had the song played on mad radio stations. We had the song on
the video was on
BT and all that stuff, and it was on MTV, which was crazy. Yeah, it was on both. Okay, like it was crazy. So like that stuff is so fire to me to be able to see. And then it's like Big Prada's coming out now, but like that was a part of the 2-pack, and we were supposed to drop a 2-pack every month. I had enough songs to drop every month. We dropped Self Control as a single in February. Then we did Nova's Interlude in the League. And then I already had No More Demons and Personal already. And then I had more. But it was like the League took over to another fact that it was like, all right, I pushed that record for like 6 months. And it was like we couldn't do nothing else. So
do you feel like when stuff like that happens, do you feel like, I'm not sure if it's like a disadvantage of what I'm trying to say, but do you feel, what does that do for you when you can't like put out those songs that you, being that you have to keep pushing that one song because that's what everybody wants to listen to?
It's a blessing and a curse. No, I won't say a curse. It's a blessing because so many people are just listening to the record, man. Everybody's going crazy for it and all that stuff, and it's just like, this is what you do it for, right? Yeah. You do it to get people excited. You do it to get to let people listen to something. It was dope. I just couldn't drop anything else. I didn't want to distract other people from anything, and it was just there was like the next move just kept leveling up. We didn't even shoot a video till September. The record came out in freaking April. And so it was like the first wave of just the record, and then the video comes out. I was like, all right.
I didn't realize that much time went by between then and there. Yeah. I remember it, but like I didn't remember that it was that much of a gap.
But you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like now there was 2 different waves of just the record going insane, and it's like, damn, bro.
Did you guys do the challenge that you guys did? Was that was in between, right?
Yeah.
In between it?
The challenge, the
video came out after, right?
Yeah. Okay. The League challenge was
That's
in between.
That's why it helped so much more at that.
Exactly. And bro, my story was going insane. I started seeing like 5,000 people in my story. I'm like, yo, I've never seen this before. But it was because everybody just kept voting and everybody kept getting excited for it. Yeah. And then the winner of it ended up being Destiny, and we put her in the video for a little moment to play Iman, like how she won the challenge and stuff. So it was cool. But with that other record with Nova's Interlude, like we were talking about earlier, that was based on a story that my manager was telling me about. And as he's telling me it, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm just letting you know, I'm like writing as you're telling me this thing, and I'm just being clever with certain things that I say. And there's certain lines in there that only the people who went through that will understand it, because I did put certain things in there just for the girl in the story that only she would know that I said that. And apparently he played it for her a while ago, and she loved it, so that was interesting. But like but I definitely asked for permission if I could even put that out there and stuff like that, and it was cool because I just got to tell a story from a different perspective, and it was fun, man. People were hitting me up going like, yo, I relate to this record so much. I'm like, word? You going through it, bro. Like, so it was just a cool experience, man. Shout out to Nova, man. His Shambles has made a very good record. So yeah.
I'm just searching for progression, but I need more direction. Ain't nobody trying to check it, but I'm counting on my blessings.
The newest stuff that you've done so far.
Yes, sir.
The 2 new songs that you dropped videos for both of them.
Yes.
You dropped the Tired first.
Yeah.
And talk about that one, because the video itself is different.
Yeah.
And I got it, but I didn't get it. So if you can explain the video,
okay,
the song in the video.
Yeah. So tired came from just being exhausted of things that I was already going through, and being afraid of what's to come. Yeah. Just putting so much work in. Tired of, bro. Like just the first lines. Tired of questioning if God will listen. I understand we're all His children, but I feel some distance, and it's just like, it's just I wanted to be as honest as possible. I got a great relationship with God, but I'm human. At the end of the day, it's like sometimes you just slip up and you're just like, yo, what the. Like, yo, are you really listening to me right now? Like, this stuff. Like, why isn't this going on? Why isn't this? And this was during COVID. Yeah. You feel me? And it was just constantly, the video came about, it was through one of my best friends, Sosa. He always wanted to direct things. So I was like, you know what, let's do this together. And he helped bring this whole video that, like, it was a style of a video that I've never done before. So it was dope, and we literally just started directing videos together as, we got more to come. And with the story with this one was just searching for something. I didn't know what it was. And when I finally saw what it was in me the entire time. So I was scared because I wasn't expecting to see me. Yeah. And it's just like a spooky experience. But then right when I get to the house, and then I was like, and I'm just like, yo, like, I got away from it. It's literally going to be there the entire time, as you can see when it pans out. So we wanted to just pretty much put that type of story in there of just like, things are going to be okay. Yeah. We all go through all these experiences. We all do get tired. We all do get exhausted from all these, from everything that we do. But, it's in you, bro. You just got to keep going.
No. See, that makes sense. I was like, he's chasing himself.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But no, that makes more sense to me now. It definitely makes sense. And then minimum wage.
Now more importantly, address me as him. Don't got the time to make amends just cause you battling sins. I poured my heart too many times to those I thought was my kin. I grew apart and made a life to let the story begin.
Minimum Wage was a very fun record. I never had a video where, I think I did once, but I like to be very specific with videos that I do, especially now more than ever. I'll show y'all one that we did. This coming out next called Norteast. Okay. And I'll tell y'all who's on the record after this interview because I don't know when this is dropping. So, with Minimum Wage, I just wanted to have fun and just get cool edits and all that type of stuff. And we were like, yo, let's just do something that is, let's show that we're in a very big house or something like that. We're way past some days working minimum wage in a sense of, I may not be rich right now, but at the end of the day, I'm not doing what I was doing before. The song is it's past all of that. It's just about growth, really. That's really what the song is, in a fun way of just like, yo, you know what? I am him. I am this person. I am doing this. Let me speak my stuff real quick. And it was important for me to do it right after Tired. I wanted it to be after Tired. Some people were telling me to drop Minimum Wage first, but that's expected. You want to hear the up-tempo thing. I wanted to drop Tired first so y'all can know exactly what I was going through. But let me show y'all that I'm really him. I'm really this person that I believe I am and all this type of stuff. And, man, the record is doing very, very well. It's actually my biggest record on YouTube ever, and that's been a blessing as well.
The last time I looked, this was a couple weeks ago, but the last time I looked, it was at like 10,000 views, and it was such a quick jump too.
Yeah, so watch this. It's about to crack 70,000 by the end of about tomorrow, maybe.
That's crazy,
bro. I'm telling you, like, this record, I don't understand. Like, it's dope as hell to see that. And I thought Tired was my biggest video because Tired hit 40. But it kind of plateaued at like 40-ish.
You know what? Thinking about it, that song, now that you're saying that way past the days working minimum wage, is like so much of what people are talking about these days. Yeah. Which is probably why it relates so much and people are listening to it so much, because everybody's tired of working for corporations and think about everybody trying to do their own thing, trying to start their own business, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to get past all that, doing those things. So that might be part of the reason why.
It's a fun record at the end of the day, and a lot of people like I played it for Russ's camp the other day, and they were just like, as soon as I played the record, everybody was just like listening, and then all I hear as soon as it drops, like hoodie applause. If anyone had to do, everybody's looking at me like, this is you rapping? I was like, yeah. They're like, I thought this was cold. Yo, you nice. And like, it was just a cool experience to go through that. But you know, it's just a fun record, man. It just shows growth. It just shows. I mean, if you're listening to it like thinking, oh, he's cocky, this is that. I'm like, I'm not real. Like, I'm confident. I'm a very confident person. But if you really listen to the record, it's just about embracing your growth, really. Yeah. So that's really what that was. And Minimum Wage, excuse me, is it's one of my favorite records. I made it super fast. It was fun as hell to me, and I made it super short. I make a lot of short records, man, but it's just because sometimes I think that if I add more to it, it would kind of kill the record. So I like to keep it at a sweet number that it's like, let me play that back. Let me go listen to this again. If I add more to it, sometimes it just kills the record.
Yeah, sometimes that you can see that when some people add like an extra verse to a song, and it's like
you're doing too much, bro. Like, relax.
Yeah,
yeah, I feel you.
Sometimes it's almost like that torn between it, because sometimes you're like, you would like another verse, but maybe just you got to think about the art aspect of it. Maybe it's a force, so it might not be as good as you're expecting it to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes, so you gotta just roll with whatever you feel feels good to you.
Definitely.
So Rosedale,
yes sir.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Rosedale's a lot. It's a lot of things. Rosedale is the name of the project that is slowly coming out song by song. And it's also the name of my clothing line that I started. Yeah, I'm wearing it right now. So it's a clothing line that I started. I've always wanted to start my own streetwear brand, because I was one of those kids that grew up just wanting to be in like Soho, and like I would be everywhere, bro. I would be at the Kid Robot store. I'll be at Supreme. I'll be at 10 Deep. I was wearing Supreme in middle school, so it's like there was like all these type of things. Bape, and Bape was the one I couldn't afford. So it was like I always wanted Bape. So then when I got older, it was like I'm buying everything Bape. So I was like, yo, I always wanted to have my own thing and just make it something that it has a good enough name to me. And Rosedale was just the name for me. And you know, we dropped hoodies first, and bro, those went out super fast. I think I got like maybe I sold 60 of them at first, because I tried to make it limited, but I think I got like 7 left or something like that.
That's nuts.
Bro, it was insane, bro. And I actually just dropped off the t-shirts yesterday, because I'm getting those done for the summer. And I should be getting those back in like 2 weeks, and I'm excited for those designs, man. I'm trying to tackle every little thing like that I always wanted to do. We got one life to live, and I just want to make sure that I do every single thing possible. I wanted a clothing line. I always wanted to be a rapper since I was in kindergarten. I always wanted to do certain shows. I always wanted to review movies. I'm a movie reviewer. Like I always wanted to, it's like all these little things. I'm just tackling them little by little, and I always wanted to cover a production company. Slowly doing that. I want to do everything, bro. I want to just make sure that I could fulfill my dreams, and it's been working out little by little. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, I bought one, so
yeah, man. I was
supportive of it.
Thank you again.
Yeah. And you pushed me. I'm glad that now that you say that it sold out so fast, because like I wasn't at the moment when I bought it, like I wasn't in the position to buy it. But when I had commented on it, you were like, you would body one of these, and I was like, let me get it now before it sells out.
Honestly,
I don't know
bro,
how many you bought.
Yo,
and you made, but
I think your size sold out though. That's the crazy thing. So it's like, bro, and people gonna be sick because I ain't dropping these specific ones ever again. Like that's the other thing too that people don't understand. Like I try to just these specific ones. Yes, you'll get Rosedale hoodies that have the Rosedale, but the back is not gonna be the same ever again. I'm dropping different type of styles and all that type of things. I just don't like repeating a lot of things. I just like going forward with things, but may change. I don't know, but yeah. You got yours though, so that's all that matters, right?
Generally speaking, compared to your last like full product that you put out, what is the goal with what you're working towards now?
Transparency, complete honesty. I work on my craft very, I take it very, very serious, and it's something that I'm gonna continuously grow with, and I just want to show people that this is another chapter of my life. It was just I wanted to just show them something different, bro. Like I didn't know who I was as an artist when I dropped my first project that is it's very hard to find, called To Be Continued. That was the one that I had DJ Enough hosted, and it's not on any streaming services, so we're gonna keep it that way. But I didn't know who I was as an artist, as much as I appreciate that experience and stuff. But you need to go through these type of things in order to be the person that you are today. Blessed was my second project, and I say projects because I don't see these as albums. I work on them like albums as to the best of my ability and stuff like that, but I don't see them as albums. I just see them as projects or chapters in my life. So Blessed was the second one that I dropped. I went, that's when I was starting to understand it a little more of what I want to do. And then Everything Is Everything was the one that I was like, yo, like, all right, I got it. Like, I get it now.
Yeah.
So then this one, Rosedale, is just more of just, showing you the more mature. I'm 26 now. Like, I know how to use my words in ways that I didn't know how to use them before. Yeah. And I got so much to say. So I'm just excited to be where I'm at right now. You'll get to listen before everybody else does. So that's the luxury of being at the spot right now. You feel me? So, yeah.
Almost rounded out with is talking about you and your team.
Yeah.
And having a solid team and what that means for you.
100%. I'm very particular with who I keep around me. I don't really like being in large crowds of people. I don't really like. As you can see, I'm never at these parties or anything like that. It's like rare that you see me outside. It's just not my type of environment personally. And I don't really like to let a lot of people in. That's what I use my music for and all that stuff. I like to keep my family close and keep a lot of things private. But I like to keep my team the way that it is, and we're just going to keep the brand of Iman growing as much as possible. And, it's something that I'm very blessed and fortunate to have, and everybody's starting to understand more and more of like, oh, this is Iman, this is him, and it's been cool to kind of hear the things that people say and stuff. I see the comparisons all the time of the artist that they think I am and all that type of stuff. I even hear how my PR how she pictures me and stuff, and I was like, this is very interesting. She said she tells people, and I didn't know this till recently. She says, if J. Cole is the son of Nas, Iman is the godson. I was like, interesting. But I just see myself as Iman. I'm the only Iman, and I'm the only person who could do what I do, in my opinion. So I just like to keep going forward and just make it a household name one day. And there's nobody who can't tell me that I'm not great, that I believe him. I'm very confident. I have a great understanding of what I'm meant here to do, and I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, man. It's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. So that's just how I really see things.
Anything else that I'm pretty much wrapped up, but anything else that you wanna get out there and say?
Okay. Next record is coming out way sooner than y'all think. And I got more. It's going to keep dropping. I'm not going anywhere. It's a lot more stuff to come. And Rosedale will be out soon. Once all the records out, I'm going to put it all together. Yeah, so everybody could just listen to it all into one piece. And
so that's the name you're giving it out?
Yeah,
Rosedale?
Rosedale's the project.
Okay.
It means more things. We'll talk about that after. But, yeah, Rosedale's the project. And Rosedale is also... Once the whole project of Rosedale is out, Rosedale, New York, the brand will live forever, and we got more music and more videos and more content to keep dropping. I ain't going nowhere. So yeah.
So just for me, I want to just say, of course, like how I almost started it and began, but like appreciate you for sitting down and doing this.
Nah, for sure, man. I think it's great what y'all doing with Just Talks, by the way.
Thank you.
So like, I love to see that, you know, to even get it to this point, like y'all here. You know what I'm saying? Seeing y'all do it in different spaces and all that stuff, it's been a beautiful experience, man, and I'm happy for y'all for real.
Yeah, I was talking about that with Sav, and he was like, because every time that I record, the past 2 places that I've recorded, the people hit me up and they were like, oh, do you want to come and keep using this space? And I'm like, I love the space, but like I like keeping the viewers on their toes and doing it in different locations so that they're not comfortable what's gonna come next. Like,
for sure. I think that's dope, man, and I think it's gonna keep elevating things. And like, for example, we could have got any type of studio or anything like that, but it's like we're doing it exactly where it happens. You feel me? So I'm just happy to see where it keeps going and where y'all gonna keep elevating things, and it's dope, man. It's dope. And I appreciate you for asking different type of questions, by the way. That was great. That was great. A lot of people ask me the same questions, and, you know, I try to find different ways of answering it. Like, I'm happy we didn't have to do a whole... Yeah, listen, we'll talk about it after. But, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for even pulling up and let's doing this, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.